Hello everyone. I am so excited to get to show you how to use my seamless pattern tool inside my design studio. So this is located in the tools dashboard here. We have all of these and I'm going to go ahead and select seamless patterns. Now, the first thing that I want to do obviously is I'm going to go ahead and bring in some of my clip art and I'm just going to do this from my Google Drive. So give me just a second. I did not have this ready. I did, but I didn't. So for the clip art for this tutorial, I know that I have a full set of Christmas. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some of those in. Click open. And it takes about a second per file, give or take, just for what I've noticed. And it tends to do it in 2 to 3 batches, just so that it's not overloading. iPad is very finicky. And so if you try to push in too much at once, it tends to crash, especially if you have I would say honestly older iPads, but yes, older iPads, but also just iPads in general. They just don't like it when you do too much. So once everything's done, your clip art will be uploaded here. Now, if you want to go ahead and save so you don't lose progress, you can save it here. And then I'm going to wait until I have the seamless pattern done and then I'll click save project. So I'm going to go ahead and select. And once you select, it's going to automatically populate. You get a live preview. And I like to go ahead and drag a piece of clip art in the boundary here. Now you can zoom out. I wouldn't suggest zooming in unless it's just very tiny things that you're working with, but you can zoom out. I like to turn it. I'm going to pop back in just a little bit. And then let me put a reindeer in. And I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. I like very big patterns, but for this one, I'm going to slowly just kind of build one so that you guys get a little better of a preview. And let's see. Gonna do an ornament. I'm going to delete that one. Now I'm gonna update this where you delete it here because I don't like that I have to go all the way down here to select it. So let me go ahead and finish bringing in all of my pieces. Of course, we need a Santa Claus and we also need a snowflake. Now, it can go pretty tiny for these. I tried to make it that way so that you guys do not have to worry about resizing and resizing and resizing and resizing. So you can make it super tiny and then you can duplicate it. All right, let me go ahead and add Mr. Santa in. And I'm actually going to move this over. Then I'm going to put my snowflake. I'm going to readjust some of these to feel a little more balanced. I'm so impatient. It was still updating all of the changes I just made for the preview and I'm like, do the others, do the others. I'm gonna buff that out just a little bit. Okay, now I've got somewhat of a seamless pattern here, and what you can do is you can do a solid color. You can make these transparent if you don't want to have a background on them. You can do any color that you want. You can also do a gradient. I have pre-built patterns for you guys. It has a color picker here, and then you also have where you can scale it, and then you can pull in an image if you have like a seamless image you want to pull in. I'm going to go back to the checkerboard here. I just have it at full drop just because that is the only one that honestly, that's the one that I use the most, and that is what most of the people that are using the seamless patterns are using the most. I know if you're more intricate, you probably don't, and I completely understand that, but I was trying to keep it simple. Now, when you select a piece, you're gonna have your drop down here to where you can scale it here, you can rotate it here, you can, do the opacity here. You can recolor single colors, so if you have SVGs or even something like this and you wanna turn it into a file that is not a colored file, as in it's not colored in like that, you can also override it, and it basically just does a clipping mask with the full layer for that. And then if you need to move anything, like if you're overlapping, so I'm gonna overlap that one. So it's already forward, and then I can push it back. Takes just a minute. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that one because it's not moving like it's supposed to. You can flip them, you can delete, reselect, you can duplicate, you can center it, go left edge, go top edge. And then once you're done, let me go ahead and delete that one, that here. Go ahead and put my holly back in. When you get a lot on canvas, just be mindful that it can get hard to select. I will be adding a layers panel. Yeah, a layers panel for you guys and for me because we need it. Um, but I'll bring a layers panel in, and that will help fix the forward and back here. So the output size is 12 inches at 12 by 12 inches at 300 DPI. I'm going to go ahead and just name this Christmas, and I'm going to download the zip folder. The reason why it doesn't download a single PNG and it downloads a zip is because I have this program so that you guys do not have to manually go in and resize. It goes ahead and it pulls in multiple different sizes. So it's 3 different sizes if I'm remembering from the last time I did it. Oh, wrong one, sorry. I'm looking for Christmas. So yes, you have your tile, so your actual tile here, then you have it at a 25% scale and a 50% scale. So then I would just go in and I tend to go in and rename it, if that makes any sense. So it wouldn't be Christmas 25, it may be 1, 2, 3, and it's in a folder. And I do see that the seamless patterns in the background, like the checkered, are different. So I will have to make sure that it is scaling both this and the patterns together correctly, because we definitely cannot have that to where it is not scaling correctly, because then your design does not look like it should. If you have to as a fallback until I can get that update push, you have your tile here, but I definitely want to go ahead and get that done as quick as possible. And yeah, so I hope that this helps. So this is a walkthrough of the studio. And then if you want to, you can save the project. I'm going to save it as Christmas and I'm going to download it. Before you refresh your screen, you want to do this. This is going to save everything that you have on screen, everything that you have uploaded. I'm going to go ahead and refresh, and I'm going to load back in a project. Then I'm going to load back in my Christmas file. Takes it, anywhere from 10 to 15 seconds to pull everything back in. It will take longer if you have a much bigger file. But for the seamless patterns, it normally doesn't take quite as long to pull everything back in. and then everything is back on the screen as needed, just like you would if you had a Photoshop file, a Canva template, anything like that. Everything's saved from your last save. So I hope this helps. I'm super excited.